Greetings. I'd like to go over a little bit here on the brander for the social plugin. And it's very simple. All of our software is pretty much self-explanatory when you go through this, but there's been some questions, so let's go ahead and cover. First of all, to get this window open, and yours may not look exactly like this. You may not have the brander folder, depending on the version you got. But once you open it up, you want to go and find the exe file here. Double click it, and you will end up with this software here. Something like it, okay? First thing you want to do is you want to give your plugin a name. Keep it the same if you like, but give it a new name. Move on to the next one. What does the plugin do? You know, all the plugins and the admin portion of WordPress in the description area tells what it does. So you can choose and go. And something I want to point out, be sure to read the hints below. In this area here will tell you what you need to enter in there and special information. It's really important that you read it because there is information in there that will save you time. You won't come back and be making changes. Okay, so what version? Now you can change the version. You're more than welcome to. Something that you need to keep up with. If you do, I always say leave it the version that I have it. Easier for you on your records. Okay, so URL to any page. All right, so all plugins have a URL to the page about them. All right, so this could be, you know, actual your domain. It doesn't really matter. Just whichever, your sales page, whatever you want to put in there. Okay, your company name or your name. You'll notice when you install plugins, there's always a name or a company name. Same thing here. This is designed by, you can put two different domains in there. One for the plugin, one for your blog, one for a sales page, so on and so on. Okay, plugin name for the admin bar. You noticed on the WordPress admin area, you've always got a name for your plugin on the left-hand side of the bar. And keep it short, okay? You don't want no big old long name stretching all out through there. Keep it short. Okay. Here's where people are getting a little confused. And of course, that should be changed there to a URL. But this plugin in the area has a help menu. And it loads a PDF and also has some links that you can brand to any URLs that you choose. Okay, so at this point, you want to have this remote menu on your hosting account somewhere. And I'll go ahead and say here that it will be branded also. All you need to do is FTP it up. But you need to make a decision right now where you're going to be hosting it at, because we need that URL. And if you read the README first file before you started this, then you already know that. But this is making it clear for everybody. A little confusing on this plugin. Gone a little extra and really put in some viral information in there for you. It'll pay off in the long run. You'll have a lot of traffic to. I forget now in this plugin. What do we got? 4 links, external links in the menu. Got a PDF that loads in an iframe. Then you've also got a link to a PDF that will that they can download. You want to do both, just in case. But let's go ahead. I'm jumping ahead of myself here. So what we want to do is go ahead and make you a directory somewhere. It's going to load every time someone installs this plugin. It's going to load this menu. So you need to enter in like your domain and you know, it's going to be in a directory. You're not going to have a domain just for this one. So we'll just call it, for the sake of this, remote menu. Call it whatever you like. It can be in another directory over here. You can put the plugin name and then remote menu. Totally up to you. And again, no HTTP, just like this. Okay, now here is another section that was confusing people. It's an iframe menu that we're loading, right, on a outside domain. So to keep people from accessing that menu directly, like if they were to type in this URL into their browser, you don't want them loading that menu. I mean, you can, but really you don't want to. So what we've done is put a little script in there that if they try to directly access it, it'll direct them to this domain. So make this like your main sales page or your blog or whatever. So that way, if someone tries to access the menu, they don't get there. They're automatically forwarded to this URL. Just going to leave it for Google there for now. Okay, if you have renamed the PDF doc, enter it here. You'll notice this is kind of messed up here because I have revamped the software to make it a little simpler, and it's kind of thrown off here. Don't worry about that. So if you've renamed it, so in the remote menu files, and you'll see that when we totally finish branding. Okay, there is one called Social Widgets. I stand corrected. There's actually one in there called Widget Maker .pdf. But you'll notice that down here again, you need to read. You don't want to put the extension of PDF, just the name. Whatever you named it, if you're renaming it, putting your own in there, then it needs to be the exact name here. If you named it Social Tapper, then that needs to be in there. You can put a space. It doesn't have to be a dash, but I think it's always better to put a dash or an underscore or something. All right, so again, this is the one that they download or can download from the remote menu folder. It's going to get clearer as we get to the end here. Just want to walk you through. Okay, now in the remote menu area, we have links. There's one that says special, so you can be any URL, whatever you want to. This can be to a sales page with your products on it. Again, no HTTP. All right, blog link. It just says blog. This can be, again, any URL. Okay, then you've got one for the team. Can be the creators of the plugins. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but any URL that you choose. And you've got one more that says more. And again, whatever URL you choose. All right, now here is the tricky part that's going to take a couple of minutes here. So what I've done is in the iframe area, your remote menu here is a help. I'll show you in a minute. That has an embedded PDF. I use Google Docs because I can share. And that way I can easily update my documents at a later time. All right. So I always use it. And you can upload your own. There'll be a document that's showing you how you can. What I've done is, and I've done this on quite a few, is I do not advertise, do not place any advertisements on it. It just says user's guide. All right, and I do believe it says Widget Maker, just like the name of the PDF. There's no mention of my company, no mention, no links or anything like that. It's just an actual PDF document for the users to read. So you can leave this just like it is. And I suggest you do the first time you brand it so you can see what you're talking about. You can always come back and enter in your own iframe URL here. One last thing to point out is when you generate a iframe embed link in Google Docs, it's going to have a width. It won't say 100%. It'll say, maybe 480 by 680, whatever the case may be. but we want to change it. It's got to be 100%. I stress that if you want this to look sharp and look nice, professional, 100% for the width, and it has to be 680. You could make it less if you want to, but 680 is perfect. And if you go over it, it's going to look a little strange again. 680, these are perfect settings for what we're doing here. All right, so what we're going to do now is brand it. And I went ahead and cut out some of that. It takes way too long. Just keep on and on there. Okay, all I did was, of course, choose a folder to save it in. That's all I did. And what we did here, of course, you'll get a information pop up here, and it might be a little bit different than this since we're on a production here version. Okay, so we've got this, and automatically a folder popped up here. Let me grab it. Okay, the folder automatically opened, grabbed it, pulled it over here. This is what it looks like inside the folder. And again, I said this is production. We may have there may be a few different folders in here, but the ones you want to concentrate on, of course, generally, if it says read me now, that's what you should do, is read me now, because there's probably some information in there that you're going to want to know before you continue on. And, once you brand this will be so simple the next time, and so will future software from us. Once you do this, it's pretty much like riding a bicycle. All right, and I talked about the remote menu. Let's just cover that. Here's all of the information in here. There's the PDF that they can download if in case something happens to the online. There's always just a chance, but they may want a PDF on their computer to read offline or something. So you've got these two files. Again, I told you that it's got a protection. You can't, if you click on this, you're going to be, one of two things is going to happen. You may end up with a blank page, or you're going to be forwarded to that URL that we entered in, if you remember, talked about it. And all this does is prevent people from accessing this directly. So all of these files go FTP to the folder we chosen. Remember the remote menu folder that you have already made on your server, right? Or if you haven't, you need to make it. Make sure you name it the same. So this goes up there, and then when people pull up the plugin, down below it there'll be a menu, and all of your information will be there. So let's go back here. Of course, there's the plugin, and when you're zipping this plugin, you want to zip it from here. Just don't try to put anything else with that plugin. I mean, if you want to look at the README or change or do something like that, go for it. That's fine. But don't put anything in there. Don't change anything. Just zip it up just like it is right now, and that'll be good to go. All right, of course, support it, notes. There'll be some information in there you may want to read. All right, and that's pretty much it on using the software. And one more quick thing I want to do is show you the menu, and then we'll let you go and you can get to work. Okay, I opened up the menu here just so you can see it before we continue on. And this is what it'll look like. This will be below when they're working on the plugin, making new widgets and stuff, this will be below it. And when they click help, they get a user's guide here that loads in an iframe directly from Google. And like I was saying, it's not branded with my information anywhere. If you want to serve that up to your users, go for it. I guarantee I will never advertise on it. So click back, and this is the PDF that we named that's in the remote menus. They can directly download it. There's the specials link, the blog link, the team link, and the more. So you've got these four that you branded with any URL that you wanted. So there we go. That's all there is to it. Appreciate you watching, and take your time, brand it, test it. Always test, test, test. I can't stress that enough. Do not build something and just not test it and sell it. That's bad karma. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.